Salutations, everybody. My name is Shadar Quinn, and today I'm going to just kind of express my thoughts on a little review thing, as this typically is, on different piercing washes in a way. I'll explain in a bit. So there's H2O. Typically, you get some type of piercing, and they automatically go to H2O. Some type of saline solution, some salt water wash is essentially what they want you to use. And it's like, okay, cool. And I noticed some things about, I don't even know how to explain this. Let me just start from, on my birthday at the end of May, I got my nose pierced as a birthday present. Cool. And then of course they're like, okay, wash it 3 to 6 times a day, 4 to 6 times a day, da da da. And I've been doing that, and the first thing I was using, of course, is what they always recommend, is the H2O. But there wasn't any at the piercing shop that we went to, so we had to go over to Hot Topic to get some, of course. And the girl at Hot Topic, she was like, oh, well, if you could just use those nose saline solutions, because it's the same thing. It's salt water. That's all. Pretty much, you just need to wash it with salt water. Okay, cool. Kept that in the back of my head and kept it moving. Okay, and then of course, as common as it is, because I think I said that I got a nose piercing, but so as common as it is with getting a nose piercing, I've even noticed with ear piercings too, you may get a bump. You may get a bump near, a few weeks in or whatever. And so, of course, that happened, and I was dumb, and I can't help myself. I was like, oh, let me pick at it. Why would you do that? I don't know. But I started kind of messing with it, and I'm like, ooh. And, I had read, okay, how can you help reduce it? Because a lot of times they will go away on their own. Because your piercing, essentially it doesn't heal for a whole year pretty much. But anyway, so I was like, oh, you can, I was like, how do you with these bumps with the, and they were like, okay, well, you could soak it, do a saline soak, do a saltwater soak. And I was like, okay, I'll do that with with the H2O. And it wasn't doing anything. And then I remembered, oh, you can use a saline solution. I was like, huh. And so I used a different solution, and it worked perfectly. So pretty much what I'm going to do is, because they all have different ingredients. I'm like, well, maybe they have the same ingredients. They all have different ingredients. And that's why I'm doing this video. So pretty much, H2O, the ingredients for H2O is pure water, sea salt, lysozyme, and sodium citrate. And lysozyme, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's Lysozyme. It's an enzyme that catalyzes the destruction of the cell walls of certain bacteria, which it's usually found in tears and egg white. It's capable of breaking the chemical bonds in the outer cell wall of the bacteria, kind of like I said. So that's pretty much that is. And sodium citrate is a salt of citrates, I guess, or citric acid. So it's some type of, I guess it's some type of salt. So those are the ingredients in the H2O. And I was like, okay, well, this doesn't seem to be working, and that's fine. I remembered I had some Arm & Hammer Simply Saline Nasal Mist or whatever, and which has completely different. I was like, well, what are the ingredients in this? Because it works the best for me. Everybody's different. Everybody's skin's going to react differently. Everybody's piercing is going to react differently. This works for me, and it works for my younger sister, because the same day I got my nose piercing, she had got her cartilage re-pierced, and she also agreed, for some reason, this seems to work the best. Now, in comparing the ingredients, I was like, okay, so obviously something in this doesn't make it, it doesn't seem strong enough. It helps, but it's not strong enough like the Arm & Hammer. And the Arm & Hammer has water, salt, and baking soda. That's literally all that's in the Arm & Hammer saline wash. And then also, my mom had picked this up from my younger sister, oh, okay, try these different things. This is literally just salt water, purified water and salt. That's all this is. And to me, it doesn't do anything. Out of the 3 of these, I have baby hands, so out of the 3 of these, the Arm & Hammer Simply Saline Nasal Mist works the best, especially if, because I'd read, oh gosh, for the bump, you can soak it, like I said, and soaking it, I soak it for 10 to, I may let it run to 15 minutes, but it's really 10 to 15 minutes is all you need, once a day. That's all I do for this. And I like to investigate, I'm like, okay, well, it seems to be going down, but it's not like what's going on. So of course I look in my nose where the piercing with the flashlight and everything, and of course it goes all the way, the bump goes all the way through in a sense. So I soak it on both ends, and it really, really helps. And of course you have to keep your piercing clean, which I do, but just sometimes it just, the bump just comes, and it's like, you know, and it should go away on its own, but this really helps. This really helps. If it's the Arm & Hammer is the best in my personal opinion, but try different things out. And if you know, you don't have to, these, honestly, these type of things, like these typically are cheaper than the H2 Ocean, but everybody's skin is different, as I've said. So that's kind of all I really have in a sense. I just want to express that, like, you know, if maybe, because, you know, when it comes to, I'm used to ear piercings. I have ear piercings, and it's like, okay, whatever. And I remember using the H2 Ocean for when I first had got my cartilage pierced when I was 12, and it didn't seem to work as it probably should have. But now, like with my nose piercing, with my stud and everything, like I was like, okay, so it's not working. It doesn't really work for my sister as well, but this works the best. And personally, I feel like maybe, because the only difference in ingredients, especially with these two, you know, this is just salt water. And for some people, salt water works fine. Warm salt water, but salt water works fine. But I feel like it may be the baking soda that kind of helps. And to me, it makes sense. I mean, because it's baking soda. But anyway, the quality is the baking soda. And then this, because there are different ingredients, you know, than these two. Like, of course, the water and the salt is it's the common denominator in all of these. But, you know, this one has two separate ingredients that these two don't have. And of course, this one is just the pure water and salt. But for me, it doesn't work at all. This works a little bit better, and then this works the best for me. So I guess if H2 Ocean is not working and just pure salt water is not working for you, I guess I'm just trying to say maybe try some Arm & Hammer. And I wouldn't try making this. Like, you can make the salt water solution on your own. You know, you can, because it's salt and water. But I would maybe go out and just buy, or maybe look up, you know, like, oh, this is how you can make your own type of, you know, saline solution from Arm & Hammer, because it does have baking soda, so it's completely different. I don't know if adding too much can mess it up, adding too little won't. I don't know. So I would just, if you want to try something like this, I would actually buy the Arm & Hammer Simply Saline Nasal Mist, because it works the best. But anyway, so I think that's all I gotta really say. I just wanted to make this quick and just let y'all know, for anybody who kind of has any problems, like, oh my god, it's like it won't go away, or it's just it just seems to be agitated no matter what I do. I'm telling you, try either just pure salt water. If you use H2 Ocean, maybe just try using pure salt water, whether you make it yourself or you just get, you know, a simple wash or whatever, and look in the ingredients, because it does show you the ingredients on the back. And but if you want, to me, this works the best. That's all I'm trying to say. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and bye.